Hey, what's going on? Montoya here. Today I'm going to give you a clip that will help you tremendously, just like it helped me. Some of this information that I learned changed my life forever. If you're out there searching, if someone turned you on to this video, whatever the case may be, the fact that you're open enough to take a look at something tells me a little bit about yourself and what's going on. You might be looking for more. So many people are struggling out there with this so-called bad economy and don't understand why they can't get ahead. And it's the same, I used to have that same exact feeling. I used to be so frustrated, and I would always tell myself, I'm so broke, this and that, and complaining about different things and blaming everything else except myself for where I was. And I'm here to tell you, you might not like some of this information, you might not want to hear it, but it's the truth. Every decision you have ever made has led you up to where you are right now. And so it's all right here. You're in control. You put yourself there. And it comes down to decisions that you make every single day with what you do with your money, what you do with your time. If you spend all your time complaining and never looking and searching for growth or searching for the answer, then, and you might maybe just watch TV instead of reading a book, that's an hour that you wasted and you made the decision to stay broke. Or if you don't learn to change your internal dialogue, your language patterns, things aren't going to change for you. You can't change the world. You can only change yourself. Okay, so I used to struggle. I used to work 12-hour shifts, 7 days a week, 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., loading boxes. I would think every check I would get, I would think, all right, this one's going to be the one, so much overtime. And come to find out, I just got taxed twice as hard. So you have a lot of people out there that are getting 2 and 3 jobs. Well, they're just doubling and tripling their tax burden. And as you can see, are they any better off? They're not. They just are wasting a lot of time, and they never have any time. Oh, I'm so busy. I'm so busy. But they're never wealthy. It's because you can't be wealthy if you don't learn to get your taxes down to a legal minimum. You can't be wealthy if you do what struggling middle class people, working class people do. You'll have the same result if you do what they do. If you take advice from them, you'll have what they have. So I remember people telling me advice that didn't really work for them, and they're telling me to do the same thing. Go to school. The smarter you are, the more money you'll make. And I've watched so many people go to school, they can't even find jobs for what they graduated for. They've been laid off 7 times in their career, and they're trying to tell me that that's working for them. Go to school, get a safe, secure job, and work for somebody else. Start at the bottom of the corporate ladder and work your way up to the top. And there is no way you'll be at the top if you start at the bottom. You have to start at the top. You have to start your own business. Most people teach their kids to go to school and get a safe, secure job, even though that's the most dangerous thing you can do, is get a job where you can get fired or laid off at any given time when the company decides they need to let you go. So really watch who you're taking advice from. You don't want to take advice from people that don't have what you want. Like if you see something that somebody that has what you want, you have to copy them and get what they got. So I ended up copying wealthy people, reading wealth books, not school books, leadership and wealth books, and getting wealthy mentors that taught me exactly how to get what they want. And that was a total life of freedom. Good thing I didn't listen to people so much where, I mean, they were trying to kill my dreams. Family, friends will try to crush your dreams and tell you, they were telling me, what's that stupid skateboard going to do? We need to go to school and get a job. What's that snowboard going to do for you? And if I would have listened to them, I would be stuck in some building, wasting my life away, hours and hours a day chasing money. And instead, I went for my dreams. I went for the passion instead of what I believed in, and got stubborn and went for my dreams and did what others weren't willing to do to have what they'll never have. Okay, I lived past the bad opinions and advice. I went past all the people telling me, boy, you think you're going to be a pro snowboarder? Yeah, right. And I did what others weren't willing to do. I sacrificed, I trained, I missed barbecues. I did a lot of stuff to invest in me. And I lived the dreams, traveled the world, made tons of money, and met the right people that taught me the advice to keep my freedom. I had total freedom for 13 years doing what I want, with who I want, for how long I wanted. All because I went for what I believed in. I didn't do what I was told. Normal people, the majority will tell you, and do what's appropriate. Be somebody. Go to what do you want to be when you grow up? And it's not really what do you want to be. It's what do you want your life to be like. What do you want your life to be like? And is what you're doing right now, is that getting you to everything that you want in your life? Because if it isn't, you have to make a change. You can't change the world. You got to change yourself, and then the world will change for you. So some of these laws that I'm going to teach you might be uncomfortable, but if you don't make a change and you don't have money, like if you don't have a couple $100 or $1,000 extra right now to put into your own business, then something's not working. And if you've been doing that for a couple of years, obviously that's not working, or you would have some money. See, I watch a lot of people, oh, I don't have any money. And if they don't stop acting like that, nothing's going to change. You'll come back the next year and they'll say, oh, I don't have any money. Because they're still doing the same thing, right? Oh, I'm so busy, I don't have any time, man. Well, when is it that you would like to make a change and have some time? Life isn't about chasing money, being a slave to money, a slave to a job, or a slave to your small business. It's about being able to live life. So if you're looking for freedom, if you're looking for a life of abundance, where you don't have to listen to somebody tell you when you have to be there, when you can't be around your kids, when you can go to the bathroom, when you can eat lunch, that's not freedom, that's slavery. And it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be what they told you. Work hard for 40 hours, 80 hours a week for the next 40 years of your life and retire when you're 65 or 70 years old. If that's not a plan for you, you don't want to stay there. I see so many people just so frustrated and don't like what they do, and they stick their head in the sand like an ostrich, waiting for the problems to go away, and nothing's going to go away. You're not going to get lucky and win the lottery. The lottery is just it's a tax on people that are bad at math. You know, I mean, luck doesn't happen. Wealthy people make luck happen, okay? So here's a couple laws and things I'm going to show you. If you don't know the rules to the game of chess, what are your chances of winning? Think about it. If you don't know the rules to the game of football, are you going to win? Probably not. So that's how success and money goes. That's how catching the waves of success goes. You have to know the rules. So here's a couple things that I'm finding that people do, and I hope you can absorb this. A lot of people, they wish they can have fun and freedom. That's what we're really looking for. Freedom to be able to buy our family stuff, go to Disneyland, buy food, have fun, travel the world, whatever they're looking for, whatever's fun to them. But see, that's when you're a kid. That's amazing. It's the best times of your life because you're having so much fun because you're learning, you're growing, you're climbing trees, you're learning, things are connecting in your brain, and that's fun. You're learning, you're growing. But as soon as we learn how to go to school, we get out of school, we stop learning, then we think we know it all because we already learned it all, and how can you learn anything when you already know it all? And that's where you fall behind the bubble because things change in this world every single day, every second. Some new fast-paced technology comes out, and if you're not open to learning the new ways of business, you're just unsuccessful very fast. Okay, so reality hits, they tell you, yeah, you need to go and get a job, get a safe, secure job. I'm sure you've been told that. Okay, that's fine, but it should be temporary. But see, people, they get the job and they have to shrink the big dreams that they had when they were younger, and it's so sad. They forget their dreams, shrink the dreams to match the income. And then people get caught in their rat race and their rut. Here's what happens, and here's the problem. When you get a job, well, you get the money, but before you get the money, you get taxed. That's why there's always more month than money. All the money is gone before you even get it. You're in the worst tax category ever. Then you get the money. But society has programmed us to be like, keep up with the Joneses, try to act successful, get in debt and get it, you know. People spend the money on liabilities instead of assets. They pay for their cars and their houses, and then they entertain themselves and buy all the other stuff and little Starbucks coffee, and they go into debt. The average household is $10,000 in debt. So that's where all the money goes. You're not supposed to put your money in liabilities the whole time and act successful. You're supposed to put and save the money, get some discipline, whether it's $1 or $5, and you put the money into yourself. It's not that you don't have any money. It's that what do you do with the money once you get it? Do you waste it on $5 Starbucks all the time and cigarettes and entertainment and football and jerseys and all the kinds of crazy stuff that doesn't secure you a future and get you retired earlier? People say they want success and they want to be rich and wealthy and all that kind of stuff, but they don't deserve it. Life doesn't give you what you want. It gives you what you deserve. If you don't read books, you don't want it bad enough. If you don't put the money into yourself on seminars or books or mentors, take the time instead of watching TV, wasting life watching other people live their dreams, you put it into yourself and read a book instead. You're making a decision every single second if you're going to be wealthy or not. If you're going to have a life of abundance or a life of stress, chasing money and never having any time and never having any money. Okay? You have to make a change. But see, this is what people do. They put their money into liabilities. Then they're in debt. They spend all the money, whatever left they do have. And instead of having any fun or any freedom at all or creating it, you have to go back here to the job. So people go to the job to make the money, to pay their taxes, to pay for their car that'll get them back to the job. And that's called the rat race. It's a spiral downward. And most people die before they retire. I mean, there's a big percentage that dies before they retire. The other ones are dependent on the government and their family. And it's a 95% chance of failure if you're in this situation here. And that, I mean, if you'd love to retire your parents or leave something for your kids or having your kids grow, there's some things you have to make a change. You have to make a shift with what you do with your time and your money. You put a fraction, I mean a fraction of that time and money into yourself and invest in yourself. We teach people how to build assets, businesses, part-time, from home. Some of the fastest moving vehicles in America. And we teach you how to do it step by step. If you can just invest some time, $1, $5, spend the money to start your own little home business, that puts you in a different tax category. Now you're a business owner, not an employee. Employees don't get any tax benefits. Business owners get write-offs. My laptop, my traveling, my car, my house, those are write-offs. See, here's how it goes, the difference between poor and rich. Employees, you work, then you get paid, but you work, then you pay your taxes. You work, you don't even get the check. You get to pay the taxes first. Whatever's left, that's what you get to spend, and usually it goes to liabilities and there's nothing. Business owners, we work, we get paid. Profits are better than wages, so we get profits. We spend and buy the write-offs, overhead, laptops, traveling, business dinners, all the other stuff, and whatever's left, that's what we pay taxes on. That's the huge difference. It's not what you make, it's what you keep. When you're able to get in a better tax category, you automatically end up saving thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in taxes. You're losing money not starting your own home business. It costs less than $1,000 to start a home business these days. Everybody has a computer at their house, everybody knows you can make money from home, and that's where everybody's ordering is online. And if you're not online and you're a business, brick and mortar, and you're not up with the times, that's why you're out of business. It's struggling because you're not willing to adapt to the new changing ways of the world. So, this is the big shift. You create an asset that brings you in money whether you work or not. That brings you in the money. Then you pay the taxes from the money that's left after the overhead, after you bought your cell phone and all the other stuff. See, there's a huge shift. This is a bad situation. This is an amazing situation. Then whatever's left, that money, you take it and you put it into another asset. The asset that brings you in money. See, an asset puts money into your pocket. A liability takes money out of your pocket. So then we go into real estate, stocks, investing, and you have multiple streams of income. I will never have a job. I'm psychologically unemployable because I just really did. That wasn't my plan. I don't like people telling me what I have to do and how much money I'm worth. I don't like not having freedom. I've tasted freedom, and there's no way I'll be able to go back. And I don't let other people talk me out of believing in myself. There's no way I can't make it. I know it's all right here. I used to not believe in myself. I see so many people, oh, I can't do that. I don't know anybody. I can't. And if you think you can't, you're right, you can't. Just forget it. But if you think you can and you deserve it, you have to really deserve it, not just want it. I see a lot of people, oh yeah, I'm a hustler, man. I'm out there, I'm getting my grind on. Oh, well, have you read a book? Well then, you don't really want it that bad. Because if you're broke and you've been trying that for 5 or 10 years, then it's not working. If you don't have $1,000 cash right now laying around, then whatever you've been doing obviously is not working, or you'd have thousands of dollars in the bank. Okay? So when you're able to build assets and you come out of your comfort zone, to learn something new and grow, that's when things change. You have to be willing and have courage and have the discipline and the want and the willingness to learn something new. Get out of your comfort zone. Get uncomfortable. Do something that's uncomfortable, and that's when things will change for you. It brings you bring assets that bring you in money whether you work or not. Then you pay taxes, put that money into another asset, multiple streams of income that spiral like that, and it spirals out outward and compounds, and pretty soon you have a financial fortress that will keep you safe and secure. You have a financial fortress around you and your family that's safe and secure. That's safety. If you want to be secure, you want a good life, you might want to get a hold of some of this information. Whoever showed you this clip, or if you went searching, you found it, good job. Ask the person to show you a couple things. We have recommendations, really fast-moving vehicles. In this economy, most of those business vehicles are going very slow or even backwards. Some of the things that we're in are the fastest-moving business vehicles in the world today. How come some people get raises and some people get fired? Because it's the value that you create in the marketplace. So how come some businesses they raise by $300 million in growth by the year, and some go out of business? Those are trends. That's timing. There's a lot of things that have to be in place, and we keep our finger on the hot button and we know what's going on. So watch your environment. Who do you want to be around? Do you want to be around the energy suckers that tell you can't do everything and that they have all this can't and don't stuff going on in their head? Or do you want to be around the people that are going places? So think about your environment. You are a product of your environment. Who are you hanging out with? So that's about enough for today. I hope you've absorbed this. If you haven't, watch it again, because these are the laws. These are the rules, some of the things that will happen, and you have to make a shift, okay? So thanks for your time. Talk soon.